Clarke. I am from Los Angeles, California. I just finished my second week volunteering in Trat, Thailand, teaching computer classes at a local school. I arrived 2 Fridays ago into the Trat airport, the tiny little island of Trat airport, from Bangkok after a very long journey. I arrived pretty exhausted, and it was very nice that the volunteer coordinator recognized me, and she was right there waiting for me, and I was able to just jump into a truck and get over to the dorm where I could get settled in and relax and begin getting over the jet lag, which only took a couple of days actually. In that first couple of days, I got a wealth of information from Yao, the volunteer coordinator, starting with an orientation. It gave me a lot of the do's and don'ts of Thailand, which was infinitely helpful to avoid embarrassment and awkward situations. There were a lot of things that I definitely needed to be told. Things like the do's and don'ts about your feet crossing your legs, the significance of touching people's heads, all these things that I'm really glad were told to me in advance, so by the time I got to the school I knew how to behave properly to make everybody feel comfortable and polite, and it was a very nice experience. Thai people are generally very, very friendly, and saying token words, hello, thank you, excuse me, delicious, is very much appreciated. So I encourage anyone who comes to take the time, learn those few words, and use them. Don't be shy, they'll understand and they'll smile. Lifelong foodie, always been a big fan of Thai food in particular, and blew my mind when I got here. Everything from frog sauteed with basil and onions to all kinds of rice, minced pork, all kinds of soups with herbs I've never seen before. It's just endless. It's hard to avoid overeating. Everything's really delicious, and you can get exposed to a lot of different types of food, even here in Trat, which is a smaller city. I actually got to try several regional cuisines, which was really interesting for me, someone that's very interested in food. And the family style of eating means you get to try everything everybody has in front of them, which is really nice. And like I mentioned before, Thai people are very friendly, very nice, very generous, very eager to have you try their food. So it's really fun experience to go to a restaurant with Thai people, and they'll ask you all about what you like, and is it too spicy? It probably is, but you like it anyway. There's a range of English spoken. Some, could communicate with me pretty well. Others, we had to kind of rely on signaling and maybe writing some words down and pointing, and it always got across. We always got what we needed done. And actually, I was able to, the computer teacher that I worked with didn't have a real sophisticated mastery of English, but we were very much able to get across what she wanted me to teach the kids, which elements of PowerPoint she wanted me to focus on, and worked out just smoothly. I used to be a teacher like your teacher back in the United States, so I'm excited to work with you guys. I learned that you asked me lots of questions. Do you have any questions? The kids are exceptionally well behaved, exceptionally respectful. Having taught in the US, I was more prepared for kind of classroom management behavioral issues, being a strict teacher, which is the kind of teacher that I used to be, because we had a ton of behavior issues, and I spent a lot of my time dealing with kids who were misbehaving, and that did not happen one time in the whole 2 weeks that I taught here. I never saw anything remotely resembling a behavioral issue, so that allowed me to stay much more focused on the content, and I was really impressed at how much the kids were able to absorb and learn even without understanding my oral instructions, just following along with the computer, by the end of every lesson, they were doing things like, you know, complex animations in their PowerPoints, inserting MP3s, links to websites, linking other slides, very savvy, sophisticated slideshows about the King of Thailand after our 2 weeks were up. It's a very popular tourist destination, and I've met a lot of people who are here on vacation, and lovely people, and they get to see Thailand. It's a beautiful country, but I think the amount of exposure that you get to Thai culture is really limited if you're just passing through, partly because obviously the language, and also partly because you're not going to interact a lot with local Thai people if you're going to a hostel, bar, a restaurant, and that's it. But by being in a school with teachers and kids especially that you'd never get to meet otherwise was a really great experience for me, and I really encourage anybody who's interested in a deeper cultural exchange rather than just passing through to do uVolunteer. I think it's invaluable, and I really enjoyed it. The weekend trips are great. You have your weekends free, of course, like any other teacher. And I spent my one weekend off going to the island of Koh Chang, which is just 2.5 hours away. And it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. Incredibly picturesque beaches, gorgeous sunset, not hugely developed the way a lot of the kind of ocean paradises in the Western Hemisphere are. Everything is still kind of family run. We stayed in a lovely hotel that was family run, had great food, lovely people. Also got to do a great snorkeling trip, the most amazing tropical fish I've ever seen, and I really enjoyed it a lot. If I had more time, I would probably go back to Koh Chang again, and also do some more traveling around Thailand. There's a lot to see, so definitely leave room for some trips around. I think it's really worth it.